Hi everyone. Today's gonna be a lot shorter video. I don't have much time, and I'm mainly gonna talk about my day. And yeah, that's it. Well, I think I finished the roof of the house and talked about my day. I think is the two plans for this episode. So I guess today I had some credit card fraud a while back, and so now I'm about to um after my bank contacted the airline that it was used to commit fraud on. they they got um they said that they couldn't refund me because the person who used my card accepted the terms and conditions on the website, so they would not charge back. And that's just plain stupid. Like, what are they on? And so I'm gonna need to write a strongly worded email and see if I can get them to you know actually fold and give me my money back, because the information they have is like none of it's just some random guy I assuming the guy who stole my account, but um or my card. So I'll let you all know how that goes. That's gonna be a that's gonna probably I'm gonna give them like 7 days to reply. If they don't, we'll have to see how I escalate things. Not much of a confrontational person myself, so hopefully it goes well. Um, and then other news, I schedule's holding up well right now, or so far. Um, been getting my beauty sleep in, which is always great. And then I also watched Odysseus today. I spent more time working on my game and all that, and then I watched Odysseus today. And uh, I think I'm in the camp. I don't know if anyone else has watched it, but I'm in the camp that all the controversy around it is just like not real. Like, it's Nolan's vision. I think it's an amazing movie. And could Nolan have maybe, casted a Greek person? Probably, but like I don't think it detracts that much from the viewing experience. I certainly enjoyed it quite a lot, and yeah, I think I don't want to spoil it too much, but the set is amazing. The actors, I think, acted their heart out. I had, I had doubts of like all the actors like Tom Holland and Zendaya and all these big name A-listers, and if they could actually play that role. But at the end of the day, I think they all killed it. Um, and I think that the people who say that um they couldn't, like some people are like, oh, I couldn't watch it because um every time I saw Matt Damon, it was like, why is the Martian? Why is Jason Bourne in the Odyssey? But I think that's just a skill issue. Like, yeah, I think that um I think he did perfect, and I don't think anyone else could have acted as well as he did. But how does that look? House. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Um, but yeah, I I think I gave it a 9 out of 10 on my Letterboxd, because I'm a sucker for hype moments in Aura, and the Odyssey is a lot of hype moments in Aura. Well, it is like, one of the first stories. It was amazing. And other than that, um answer some questions in chat. Oh, not in chat, in the comments, where Boris asked me my since I've been watching a lot of movies, what are my top 5 movies or shows? And I think on the spot right now, if I had to give my top five, which is hard because I like a lot of things, and I'm a very like if I enjoyed the movie, I'm gonna say I liked it. So I think my top five unordered because ordering is gonna take too much time. The F1 movie, I loved that movie. Um, the the Minecraft movie, I think goes up there. The let's see. What else? We have we have two movies right now. What would go up there? That's hard. This is hard. I like ranking the things I like. Yeah, fix the roof up there. And I think we're done. Like that. Uh, hmm. Cars was good, but it wouldn't be like top of my liked, you know. Hmm. Maybe. Okay. Let me pull up my list on the side here of my letterbox. That is. I never really watched movies like Shrek, or I didn't not watched, but I didn't like those that much. Uh, the Lego Movie, I think that one's a classic. I love the Lego Movie. That's three. What are my other two? Hmm. Indeed, because my letterbox only has like my recent movies. The Minions is a good one. The Minions, and what else? You know what? I quite like. I can't decide. Maybe Top Gun Maverick. I am a sucker for um fighter jets. But like who isn't? Maybe. Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of movies like Mission Impossible, Top Gun Maverick, where it's like just below. It's like I'd give it like a 9.5. It'd be like just below my top five of all time. But I guess I'll give the last slot over to nostalgia. As a kid, I would watch Castle in the Sky or Laputa, the anime, and I think that deserves to go to my top five. Although specifically, I say this every time people ask me about it, or like my top anime, I would say that um I guess if we're counting anime, low key things like Food Wars and Darling in the Franxx, those are cinema. Those are great. But when people ask me uh what anime I like the most, I think purely, well, not purely, but like partially because of nostalgia, Laputa Castle in the Sky by Studio Ghibli. I don't know. By Studio Ghibli is my favorite show or movie rather, because as a kid it was one of the first animes I watched, and um the version I watch is also very unorthodox because most people either watch the dub or the sub, but I specifically only like or not only like, but I like that the one I like the most is the original Studio Ghibli English dub, not the Disney dub, because when Studio Ghibli brought Castle in the Sky over from Japan, they kind of like bastardized it. Uh they uh they like there's if you put side by side the like Ghibli English dub and the Disney dub, first off, the characters in the um in the good dub, they all uh, they're all like what they're supposed to. They're like 12 years old, right? And it makes more sense to have these like naive children run around and do their thing. Um, but in the Disney dub, for some reason, they sound like they're like in like their teen years or like 18 or something. And I think that kind of ruins it. It feels like a lot of the stuff they're doing feels a lot more dumb if they're like older. Um, and then there's also the other side, which is that uh, that they do things like they remove certain music, like parts of music and like the soundtrack, which I think is crazy. Like you're doing a dub and you're like changing when the music is playing. I think that's wild. Um, and then I think those are the main gripes. And then some of the dialogue, like translations, it just sounds off. So if you ever get the chance to, or ever decide to watch it, I suggest try finding the non-Disney dub. Um, I would highly recommend that. All right, I think that's it for the house. House is complete. Farm is nice. Let's harvest the sheep, feed the animals, and then that'll probably be it for today. But yeah, I think that those are my top 5 movies slash shows. Um, F1 movie, Minecraft movie, um, Castle in the Sky, Darling in the Franxx, and Food Wars. I think that's a pretty good. I think Minions sits like right below that, along with things like Top Gun Maverick and all those all those shows. Take these flowers out so later on. Okay. Well, I think the house is basically complete. I might add a few staircases. The outside detailing. Do this. Like this. Here. Here. And then hedges around. Because I think a great build hack for like builds that you're like, oh, it feels a bit bland. Just put some motherfucking leaves all over the place. Like, add some overgrowth. It adds like character to the build, I think. But don't go too much. Like, it has the overgrowth has to feel like at least if it's not like an abandoned place, it can't be too overgrown. And like this is like a nice amount. Maybe we'll have like an overhang if I can get on top of the house. Uh, let's see. I really need to. Maybe that'll be next episode. The look for bamboo, or the search for bamboo. Here, down one. Goes up like this, maybe, and the last one up here. And double climb there. All right. A nice. And that's home. Built our first house. I kind of hate how there's like no texturing, but we'll solve that another time, I guess. I want to add a bit more depth to the sides. That's a bit bland. And then, yeah, I'm gonna do 4 more stairs. And then we'll be done for real this time. Never add too many details. That's what I've learned from building. More details you add, the better it looks. Although it is a lot more work. It's like exponentially more work, but you step back and look and there's just more things to focus on. Sometimes too much detail possible, but You need a lot of detail to get to that point. Like a lot. Yeah, I like that. And trapdoor bang, because I had the random trapdoor. That's also another thing you can do. Just spare building blocks. Just start placing them and seeing what you can look up. Like, oh, maybe that could be like support for stairs. Like here, like struts maybe. Like here. This one will be double. Okay. I like that. Go to bed? Actually, as usual, I guess we can just do this. With the end of the day. It was nice seeing you all. Thank you all for tuning in. We finished the house and did a bit of farming, and I updated my day. I'm sorry today was a bit shorter. Running a little low on time because of my poor time management, I'll admit it. But yeah, I hope you'll tune in again next time. Leave any questions and comments in the comments section. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye!